Welcome to the Common Man Football Show. My name is James Coburn, and today's episode, we're talking about the Green Bay Packers versus Chicago Bears Week 10 matchup based on analytics. Each week, I collect all of the current 2017 NFL team data in order to analyze and project potential NFL performance. And since it's a weekly collection, there will always be some fluidity in terms of outcomes, whether it's injuries happening, coaching, flops, all that kind of stuff. However, there will always be little nuggets of truth that could become bigger nuggets of truth as the season continues. So stick around as I analyze each week's matchups based on analytics. And if you're new to the channel, all terms and definitions will be in the description. So starting with this game between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers, when you look at the NFL stat basic comparison data, and basic comparison data essentially is looking at how the offense is doing, how the defense is doing, how the special teams is doing, and those other sort of aspects of things. Now, it is important to note that Aaron Rodgers' injury does affect a lot of this stuff, but I do think that there are areas where we can see clearly if things are getting worse or getting better in terms of turnover ratio, etc. But ultimately, when it comes to this game, based on the NFL stat basic comparison data, so based on how the Bears have played this entire season and how the Packers have played this entire season, everything kind of comes up Packers in this game. Not by a huge margin. I mean, the Packers are very much a below-average team by NFL standards, offensively and defensively speaking. But there are some things that do favor the Packers over the Bears. So let's kind of get into some of the things that kind of favor the Packers. First off, turnover ratio. The Packers, despite a lot of the issues that they've had, they still have been able to maintain a fairly above average turnover ratio percentage, whereas the Bears have had more so of a below average, significantly below average turnover percentage. And again, if you turn the football over a lot, you're not going to win very many football games. So that's definitely something that's kind of more so in the Packers' favor. And of course, you get to sack percentage. This is an area that's been hard for the Bears and Packers. The Packers have had a lot of injuries, and again, you can make all the excuses and blame whoever you want, and you can't say it. I'm just telling you facts. The Packers give up a lot of sacks. That's been an issue this year. There's reasons for it, of course. There's always reasons, but that's just facts. So the Bears are a little bit better in terms of preventing sacks, but the Bears are also not that great in that respect. So pretty close between the two. The Bears are a little bit better, but not amazingly. Then, of course, you get to offensive score percentage. The Packers are better here than the Bears. The Bears have been one of the worst offenses in the NFL when it comes to the ability to put points on the board, and that's just an issue that's going to continue to happen here. So that's definitely kind of a thing to kind of think of and keep in the back of your mind, is just how poor this Bears offense has been up to this point. And believe me, Brett Hundley is not really playing much better, but they're still able to at least put some points on the board, in terms of running and stuff like that. Then, of course, you get to the defensive side of the ball. The Bears do have the better defense. The Bears' defense is better in terms of preventing points, and the Bears are also better in terms of sacks, but turnovers is more so with the Packers. The Packers have been just letting people run all over them. I mean, the Packers' defense essentially is the defense that allows teams to put up a bunch of points and occasionally gets a turnover. That's their defense, and ultimately that could be something that helps because of the turnover ratio of the Bears. The Bears have the worst turnover ratio. That could be a major factor in this game. So keep that in mind. When we get to other sort of data points. Now, then of course you get to special teams data. Punt return yardage, kick return yardage, defensive punt return yardage, defensive kick return yardage, and punt return yardage is more so in favor of the Packers here. Kick return yardage is more so with the Bears. Defensive punt return yardage is more so with the Packers, and defensive kick return yardage is also more so with the Packers. Field goal percentage is more so with the Packers. Extra point percentage is more so with the Bears, and punting average is more so with the Bears. Special teams wise, I would give a slight edge to the Packers, but the special teams for both these teams is not amazing, especially when it comes to putting up points on offense special teams. especially the Bears. The Bears have one of the worst field goal percentages in the NFL and in the last almost 2 decades. So this is the 2.83 score is based on all the field goal percentage scores since 1998. So that just gives you some perspective on how bad the field goal percentage has been for the Bears this year. So not the best. Not very good in terms of winning. So the Packers are favored here just because of those particular aspects. And again, the overall data does favor the Packers, but it is important to note that a lot of the stuff influencing this is definitely from when Aaron Rodgers was there, to a certain extent. So take it with a grain of salt until we get some more data in, if you will. Then, of course, you get to some micro matchup stuff. Chicago Bears offense versus Packers defense when it comes to completion percentage data. In this aspect, the Packers are better here in terms of first down situations and third down situations. Then, of course, you look at the completion percentage data for the Packers offense versus Bears defense. In this respect, the Bears are favored here on second down and third down. Then you get to the Bears offense versus Packers defense when it comes to rushing downs. So basically the ability to create first downs with the run. And the Packers are favored here in first, second, and third down situations. So the Packers have a above average run defense, rushing defense, from the perspective of the ability to prevent first downs. On almost pretty much every down, they're above average when it comes to that. So definitely one positive aspect of the defense. Then, of course, you get to the Packers offense versus Bears defense. In this respect, the Bears are favored here on first and third down in that respect when it comes to rushing the football. Then, of course, you get to passing downs. Bears offense versus Packers defense. And in this way, it's actually kind of even. Even in terms of, the Bears have the advantage on first down. Packers have the advantage on third down. But fairly even in terms of give and take. The Bears will have some advantages, and the Packers will have some advantages. So kind of give and take in this respect. Then, of course, you look at the Packers offense versus Bears defense. And in this respect, the Bears are favored here as well. First and second down situations, and third down has just kind of fallen off a cliff because of Brett Hundley. Then, of course, you get to sack rate. Chicago Bears offense versus Packers defense. And in this respect, it favors the Bears more so here. The Packers, in terms of sacks, just, I don't know. There's just some issues here and there with them. Then, of course, you get to the Packers offense versus Bears defense when it comes to sack rate. And in this respect, the Bears are favored here on first, second, and third down situations. Then you get to interception ratio, Bears offense versus Packers defense. And in this way, the Packers are favored here with the most likely chance of an interception coming on first down. And then finally, we get to the Packers offense versus Bears defense. And the Packers are favored here with most likely chance of an interception coming on third down for the Bears defense, because that's where most of their picks come, is in third down situations. So ultimately, how do I feel about this game? I don't feel very well about it. I think when it comes to Brett Hundley, for example, he's just been really bad. You went from having an above average third down completion percentage under Aaron Rodgers to a significantly below average third down completion percentage and conversion rate, essentially. So basically, the ability to get first downs with on third down has significantly decreased, skyrocketed down, like just epically bad is all I can really say. And the rushing offense has become less efficient. Like, the entire offense of the Packers has just gotten worse each week. And the defense is not helping things out either. I mean, the defense can't stop people from scoring points. It can create turnovers occasionally, but it can't stop people from putting up points, which is what you want defenses to do for the most part. So ultimately, again, the overall data does favor the Packers. I do think there is some things outside of Rodgers not playing anymore, like field goal percentage and some things on special teams, that I do think legitimately does give the Packers somewhat of an advantage in that respect. However, I just don't feel very good about this game in terms of picking one player over the other. So this really is a toss-up game. This could easily go Bears. It's at home for the Bears as well, so you have that factor to kind of think about. So ultimately, I just can't really decide on this game because I think the Bears have been bad this entire year on offense and defense to a certain extent, whereas the Packers have had some success, but injuries have just piled on, and really the team as it stands right now is just not good. So ultimately, I can't make a decision here. I just can't. But let me know in the comment section below. Who do you think is going to win the game? And of course, my name is James Coburn. You can find my other work at draftcoburn.wordpress.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at Geometrics. And if you like this content and you want more content like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Share this video as well with anybody that you know. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.